hawk's feathers often are. But when the wind ruffled, it burst in the bright gold, white and bright gold under the chest. And this poem called The Wind Tower is called To Christ Our Lord. Now what do we know from our Lord? That we're each called to go into the desert, to live in the dark night, to take up our cross, to be emptied. You know, the most beautiful thing about Christianity is there's no false promises. There's no rose garden. It's going to be empty and it's going to be tough. You may be faced with death. My brother was murdered as a missionary in Bangladesh, a Muslim-Hindu riot. We don't know. He wrote in one of his poems about giving his blood, and little did maybe he did know. Maybe he did in will. It only happened in fact later. But anyway. And if you're going to come to Christ our Lord, it's only through suffering and in darkness. And watch the image of this just build up one after the other, how this is true all through nature. I caught this morning's minion, Kingdom of Daylight's Dauphin. What's a Dauphin? Crowned prince. Daylight's Dauphin. The most beautiful crowned prince of youth and vigor and hope. I caught this morning's minion, morning slave, Kingdom of the Daylight's Dauphin. Dappled, dawn, drawn falcon, in his riding of the rolling level underneath in steady air, that beautiful glide of hawks through the air, just swirling, defeating the wind. The wind blows them about, and they turn it into a triumphant glide. And striding high there, how he rung upon the rein of a wimpling wing. Well, a wimpling wing is like this, where your wing is down and you go over it, you ride upon it, almost like an ice skater. How he rung upon the rein of a wimpling wing in his ecstasy, then off forth on swing. As the skate's heel sweeps the smooth on a bow bend, the hurl and gliding rebuff the big wind. My heart in hiding stirred for a bird, the chiba, the mastery of the thing. You see, in the big wind, rebuffed by the wind, blown back by the wind, cannot go forward, and yet that's when the brilliance of the under feathers burst forth like the sun. Brute beauty and valor and act, oh air, pride, plume, your buckle. And buckle is such a wonderful two-sided word. It's like the buckling of a belt, but it's also like the jousting when the riders hit one another with their lances and one buckles. And it's both for the bird. And the fire that breaks from thee then, and here's the fire breaking, a billion times told lovelier, more dangerous, oh my chevalier. So it's the night in his plumage, and in the contest, in the struggle, in the blowing back of the feathers when you're stymied. That's what breaks from you then. A billion times more lovelier, more dangerous, oh my chevalier, my valiant knight, risking the battle. No wonder of it, and this is my favorite line of all. Sheer plod makes plow down Cillian shine. Now, I admit I had to look up to find out what Cillian means. I hate to do that with poetry, but I had to. And Cillian is a rich old soil. I imagine my wife is from Iowa. The rich old soil of Iowa, where no plow had ever turned it. And when the first plow hits it and turns it, sheer plod. plod, moving behind the plow. Sheer plod makes plowed down Cillian shine, because when the plow cuts the black earth, it breaks all these little colors in it. If you've ever seen it, black earth just turns to little jewels shining in the sun. Sheer plod makes plow down Cillian shine. And I always like to think of that when I was studying really hard for a terrible exam, and I was afraid I was going to fail. And sheer plod makes plow down Cillian shine, makes the shine, the sheer cutting of the plow, the effort, creates a beautiful. That's the way nature is. It's the way all of nature is. The hawk and the soil and the wind makes plow down Cillian shine. And then this even more beautiful. And blue bleak embers on my dear fall, gall themselves, and gash gold vermilion. I love to watch a fireplace at night, on a winter night, and the last dying embers, and a little twig breaks off, blue bleak embers. It's dead. And yet when it falls to the ground, it shatters in a beautiful gold vermilion. I just, forgive me, but I think that's such a beautifully rendered use of 15 lines and so few words and so much said. And to Christ our Lord. Then the next one.